International Islamic Bank. August 15, 2019. As per latest YouTube. On Sunday you can visit us to transfer and receive your financial funds via Western Union service in all the branch of the International Islamic Bank. General Headquarters, Baghdad, Indian LRT near Door Restaurant. Coral Branch, Baghdad, River Street, Baghdad Chamber Building, ground floor. Nayaf Branch, Life Neighborhood, opposite Cooker Restaurant. Basra Branch, Abbasiyah, Old Kaya Company Street near Zain Company. Industry Branch, Baghdad, Industry Street, opposite University Technology. Coming soon Holy Karbala Branch, Holy Karbala, Complexes Street, opposite the Tax Bridge. Establishment of a Chamber of Commerce between the Kurdistan region and Europe. August 16, 2019, 11:38. The head of the Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry in the Kurdistan region to start a strong economic movement in the region. There have been attempts for a long time to open a joint chamber of commerce between the region and Europe. Abdullah Wahid Mohammed, director of the Herbal Chamber of Commerce and Industry, told reporters. He added that the Chamber of Commerce are important in promoting trade and industrial relations between the provinces of the region and the European countries, pointing out that he will open the branches of the Chamber of Commerce provinces of the region. For his part, chairman of the Union of Commercial and Industrial Chambers in the province, said Dyer Taylor, there are a large number of foreign invested companies in the region, pointing out that after the improvement of the economic situation in the region, there is a strong economic movement witnessed by the region. Parliamentary Finance reveals on the rise of the balance of the central bank during this year. August 16, 2019. The Finance Committee in the House of Representatives on the rise of the financial balance of the central bank during the year, which confirms that the financial situation in the country is okay. The committee's rapporteur Ahmed Al-Safar told the Covenant News that the economic and financial situation of Iraq is fine at the moment, as we find that there is a rise in the financial balance of the central bank. In addition to high oil prices than planned in the budget this year, he pointed out that there is a defect only in the investment budget, which the government must address within the budget next year. Kuwait and Iraq, friendship erases memories of the invasion. Baghdad News. Together for the good of their citizens. The writer Bobby Gosh said in an article published by the agency Bloomberg that seeing the scene of the delivery of Iraq the remains of 48 Kuwaitis who were lost during the Gulf War at the Safwan border crossing is wonderful. Although it is still a large number of unknown fate, but some families can at least to realize the correct end of the fate of its missing. The writer said that this celebration marks an important milestone in the journey taken by Kuwait and Iraq towards normalization of relations since the fall of Saddam Hussein in 2003, with the current rulers in Baghdad to work on the basis of Ali Fatmat. Last month, Prime Minister Adel Abdel Mahdi said that the outlook is far greater than the fears and obstacles between the two countries. Earlier in the summer, the Emir of Kuwait visited Baghdad on his first trip, and Iraqi President Barham Saleh traveled to Kuwait City for the first time last winter. Building diplomatic confidence is a major strategic goal for Baghdad. Iraq, located between two regional crises, the confrontation between the United States and Iran in the Gulf, and the growing hostility between Saudi Arabia and the Tehran regime, sees Kuwait as a relatively safe port, especially as the emirate still maintains friendly relations with these three foes, allowing it to deepen economic relations with Iraq without raising suspicions or enmity with anyone. For Kuwait, Iraq is a huge market and investment opportunity that stands at its doorstep. Iraq is also an escape from the tensions of the Arabian Peninsula, and therefore Iraq is one of the few places where Kuwait's foreign policy can expand. This overlap of interests is already paying off. Iraq and Kuwait are planning to develop joint oil fields, one in the Safwan area. It is an opportunity to leave decades of disputes over land ownership and what lies behind it. Kuwaitis are also helping develop gas fields in southern Iraq. For Baghdad, these projects have the potential to develop a hydrocarbon strategy independent of distant regional interests. Aside from oil, Kuwait promised to invest heavily in rebuilding Iraqi cities devastated by the battles against ISIS. There are also plans to establish special economic zones on the border, allowing each side free access to each other's markets. Last month, the trade ministers of the two countries visited a potential site for one of these areas, in Safwan. It is likely that it will be years before the remains of the bodies and remains of the Kuwaitis who died between 1990 to 1991 are found. For now, Iraq and Kuwait are burying their differences, which is good for everyone. Trump, Iran wants a new deal with the United States. August 16, 2019. President Donald Trump has announced that Iran wants a new deal with the United States because sanctions have severely damaged its economy. Iran wants to reach a deal, Trump said in an interview with his supporters in New Hampshire. According to Trump, this is due to the fact that sanctions have caused significant damage to the Iranian economy. On July 14, 2015, the six countries, Britain, Germany, China, Russia, USA, and France. And Iran signed an agreement on the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action on Iran's nuclear program. The landmark deal calls for the lifting of sanctions against Iran in return for restricting its nuclear program. The deal lasted less than 3 years in its original form. The United States announced on May 8, 2018, a unilateral withdrawal from it and the resumption of strict sanctions against the Islamic Republic, which affected weeks ago Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif and Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei.